first step to set up the system is to creating accounts. We have to create accounts for our suppliers, clients, bank, expenses, staffs, and everything, cash on hand, everything. We can create account from account menu, clicking add. Now I'm going to create one account for one of our clients. The name is client A. So we will put the name of the client in the title. The IX code is a code for synchronizing purposes, so if you don't have any idea, just leave it empty. The status, of course it will be active. The group, main office, city, for example this client is located in Dubai. And the type is very important. As this is a client, it goes under creditor or debtor. For example, this one is a travel agency. The next step, that this is very important, is to set up the limits. We have 5 different limits in this system to control the clients. If we leave everything 0, means this client cannot even send a single request without payment. So for advanced example, I will put the balance limit, for example 10,000, deadline limit, for example 5,000, checkpoint limit, for example 3,000, and the warning, for example 1,000, and I will leave the utilized limit 0. Now I will explain you what it means. The balance limit means the total request that they can send us without payment. So this example means they can, client A can send us up to 10,000 dirham of request without any payment. The next one is the deadline limit. Deadline in visa business means once the visa is posted, because we cannot take our money back, so this is a deadline. So it means if they reach 5,000 of posted applications, so they cannot send any further request. The checkpoint limit is the one we can define. It means when the visa, for example, should be invoiced to this client. For example, I have an agreement with this client. They have to clear all the payments 1 day after post date. So 3,000 now means if they have more than 3,000 of requests that passed 1 day after post date without payment, again they cannot send us any kind of request. The next one is the warning limit. The warning also we can define. For example, for this situation, I will put the warning 2 days before expected arrival date. So it means if they have more than 1,000 dirham of request that passed this checkpoint, means past 2 days before expected arrival date, again they cannot send us any kind of request. The last one is somehow very important. When I made it 0, it means they can send us requests, we will post, blah blah blah, but once they want to print the issued visa, they have to fully pay us because we didn't put any kind of credit here. So as you see, we can easily control our client if we put the limits and the checkpoint and warning point correctly. The other thing is TR checkpoint. It means transaction checkpoint. It means, for example, if they are always paying us by cash or they are depositing to our bank account, so it's not very important. But sometimes they are paying by check. This TR checkpoint means when this check should be deducted from their checkpoint balance. If you leave it request date, means once you receive the check, it should be deducted from their balance, checkpoint balance. And from warning balance, it will be deducted on due date. But if you do not trust this client and you don't know this check is going to be passed or no, you can also put the checkpoint on due date. So it means if we receive a check from them, it will not be deducted from their balance until the due date has been received. Even we can put an offset 1 day after or 2 days after for the warning. So next one is the address of the client, phone number, and the tax ID for the VAT purposes, and any kind of comments. You can also upload your client logo here. And these emails are the notification emails for them. For example, for the Visa or account, if you put one email address here, we can configure the system that can send them automatically daily report of the account and debts, and also overstay list to them. So this account is created. Let's try to create another type of account. For example, you have a GDRFA account. You are paying to GDRFA Nobody, so we have to create an account for them. So I will put the title, my GDRFA Nobody. Status is active, and the type, the GDRFA is some kind of a bank, so it's some kind of asset. Any money you have there, you can use it later. So it's some kind of special account under the asset. The group, main office, city, Dubai. You are not paying any check to Nobody, so this section is not very important. The Nobody is not gonna to buy anything from you, so the limits is not important. The only important thing is Nobody is deducting money from your balance on posting. So we will put the checkpoint posting. Also we can put the warning for posting or any other purposes. So let's create one account for example, expenses, salaries. I will put salary. The only important thing is the type should be under the expenses, and you will decide which category is more suitable for this one. For example, we put salaries expense, for example. Let's create one account for your bank, for example, for your MBD bank. Of course, this is active. The type is, for example, saving account in MBD or checking account. Main office, for example, is Dubai. Due date, 2 days after due date, 1 day after due date. Just to be sure everything is correct, we can check that this check amount has been deposited to our account or no. And nothing else is important because the MBD is not going to buy anything from you. Submit. So, as you see, creating accounts is very easy, but it's very important. If you do the configuration correctly, you can have a hassle-less accounting here. So the system can control most of the things with your client.